All right, Lauren, you volunteered. I'm going to bring you up first. Let's see you create a map. Let's get on it.
Okay, we're starting with zero context, so I'm just warning you.
Zero context. Let's just create a map from scratch, right from your brain.
All right. Can we share my screen?
Bit of background. Yeah, share your screen. Give us a little bit of background about who you are, what you do, real brief, and then why you're going to create a map.
So I am Lauren. I am the marketing delivery lead for Squad 4, and HubSpot and Sooo has been fairly new to me in coming in and working with Scott. And we also just hired another team member, Joe. And yeah, I'm excited to just kind of get my hands more dirty with Sooo. I'm very vanilla, so I'll probably be a good test case because I can poke some holes.
Awesome. All right, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
Can I make one note is you'll be pink vanilla after you do this.
Pink vanilla. I'll be strawberry.
Strawberry
vanilla.
Can't wait.
Awesome. You can see your screen.
All right. Can I stay in partner access?
Can you say, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, I just exited partner access.
Okay. Yep. Just go ahead and go to cards.
Okay.
You can go into a collection or create a new collection, wherever you want it to live.
I'm gonna call this strawberry.
I love it. Keeping it on theme. There's strawberry. Love it. Go ahead and create a new card. On top left.
Move you guys out of the way.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go create your little map. Oh. You can go back in, click edit.
Okay.
Go back into the text, into the box, into your content box. Yep. And then you can either click the little map here or the little map over here. Your choice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And since you haven't created a map, you're just going to go ahead and you can either search them if you have one, but you don't have one. So we're going to go to your tabs down at the bottom, down here. And you're going to pick the screen that you want to record your map on.
Great.
So what are you going to create the map about? What's your end goal? What's your goal to create, to get people to do?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
How about creating an email in HubSpot?
Okay, that would be a good one.
So go to the URL, to your browser, log into your HubSpot. All right, now go back. You got your little box.
Go back to my little box.
Go to your card. Sorry, your card.
You're good.
Yep. All right. We're not recording.
You are recording. Just a second. I love this learning. I'm just like pretend like we're on a podcast and we're just like boop, and we'll restart. So when you're creating a map, the first thing you need to know is what you're creating. So where you just as a point, you always want to already have your tab up. So we don't have the ability to do new tabs. So what Deanna was putting you towards is go to your tab and then start. But if you go back to the marketing email and you go to the bottom, you go to the marketing email, you go to the bottom left, is we were creating a map as we were talking. If you do the squad 4 on the right side right now, squad 4 on the your Sooo, yeah, on the bottom right.
On Sooo.
Yeah. No, go to HubSpot. Click squad 4 on the bottom right. Sooo. Click Sooo on the bottom right. I'm about to draw too. Soon.
I'll stop drawing.
No, yeah, I can't do it. Okay, I want you to go here. Do. I will overdraw. Okay, click that button. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna lead you to it.
Okay.
Click that at the bottom right.
Where?
You see, I'm making a big circle over it.
Oh, here. Okay.
There it is.
Took
Boom.
a second to show
Okay.
up.
So we are okay. So this is confirming we're not. So here's a place. Once you're on the right screen, this is probably the easiest way to create a map. It is. Let's pretend we're on a marketing email map and you're already here. You're already a map. The easiest way is you can now start map directly here. So you click map.
Okay.
And all you do is record new map. So I recommend not to start maps from that place. I think it's easier to go to the Chrome extension and go there. So go to click record new map. Now you're going to start your process. You'll see your recordings in progress. On the bottom left, you see 1. Now everything you do, every click you do, everything you write is an action that is captured. So let's pretend that we want to do it. So you'd go to top right, likely do create new email, right? And then you're following the process of creating. So create email. You're going to pick a regular email unless you want it to be an automated one. Now you're picking whatever you would like, right? And now you're actually creating the process of creating what you would want. So
Awesome.
that is a process for my map.
So
I'll let you take it over, Dana.
Yep. So everything you click on is being recorded. So you can see your number at the bottom left-hand corner is changing.
Okay, cool.
So if you decide that you are done, when you're done with that process, you can actually click on that little box and the check mark will show up. And there you go. There's your map. If you can scroll down, you can zoom in and zoom out on each of the individual screens. Like say, I don't know, say on this one, you want to see exactly what is there. You can actually zoom out. So you can see more of the screen and you can go ahead and make those adjustments on all of those screenshots that are saved.
Awesome.
And once you're happy with that, if you just scroll back up to the top, you can name your map. And then click create. Now we can go stick it in a card. So if you go to your cards, your choice away, yep. And then you want to go into your content and then click on the little maps. Now you can search for your map. Oh, you went and recorded it. Go ahead and click stop on it right here. Okay, you paused it, but that's okay. Pausing works.
Okay.
That's fine. Click the delete. Otherwise, it's gonna, I mean, you can record yourself creating your card if you so desire. And then you're gonna go back in your content, into your card,
Okay.
and then you're gonna add your map. And then you're gonna go into and choose the existing map that you just created right in this box.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Select your map. And there she lives.
Awesome.
You can add additional content, like Matt said, intro, outro, some context about the map itself. And then you can save it up here on the top right. Awesome. And then now you can actually share it with people. So if you go in there and click share, yep. You can change it to either no access if you don't want anyone to have it and you just want the link yourself, or you can actually change it to anyone. Yep, there you go. Change it to can view. You can actually export it right here, which you'll want to do so that you can submit it for your map competition. And the fun part, you get to share it. You can share it right directly on LinkedIn. If you click that,
Fun.
it'll take you right into LinkedIn, help you create the post, and then you can add it right here. If you check off this little box right here, it'll actually let you upload your document. Click this guy right here. So it shows them all. And document is this little guy right here. And then it'll let you choose the file.
Okay.
Right in your downloads, there's Strawberry. You can write your post as soon as that finishes uploading. Yep. Awesome. Love it. Click done. Yep. And then now you can change the content in the post and add your feeling mappy hashtag, tag Supered, and there it lives as a nice
All
little
right.
profile right on LinkedIn.
Thank you.
Very cool. Love it. Can't wait to see it posted. There she is, guys. It was as easy as that, other than me messing her up, telling her where to put it the first time. I love it. Awesome, Lauren. Thank you.
No problem.
Yay!
Thank you.
Strawberry
great.
vanilla. That's what I'm talking about. That was really good.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for being brave enough to learn with us and friends at the same time. That's what
I love it. All right. Volunteers, or you're gonna get voluntold. Who's next?
before we go, as we're getting as everyone's getting very brave, which I know Sean's very brave, but after as we were talking about brave is you might say, hey, there's a lot here. Like that entire experience is getting some big updates. They're all in the works. And so things like the ability to blur, the things like the ability to have edit actions, add, delete, update the text inside. And then there's just a host of others that are coming. If you have, and Lauren, you just went through that and you're like, Matt, I don't understand this, or this, you put them into intercom or and you send them into super jam, and we will, like, that gives us, we may not be working on it, or it may help us prioritize what to work on. So like, just like when you're doing those, don't feel stuck. We will likely, you might get fixed in a day. It may be in a week, but we'll tell you if it's upcoming or not. So just as a point, so everybody sees it.
Yeah. And to be fair, product team's pretty quick. Like one night the LinkedIn sharing wasn't there, and then hours later in the morning it was there, and I didn't even know it was there. Steve showed me. So that's how fast things are getting worked on. We're creating and producing as fast as we can, and the team is doing an amazing thing. So your feedback is very, very important. All right, Sean, you said you're brave. Let's see it. Let's get you up here.
I'm more than happy to.
Love it. So tell us what you're going to create, and then go ahead and share your screen so that we can help walk you through it if you need anything.
Let's see. What should I create in Maps? I need to get myself organized as well, as I have 1.5 million tabs open.
While you're thinking through that, the things that I think of when I think of what is a map, like what should I create? What documentation do you already have that lives in 5 different places that you can consolidate into one location that you can show, hey, this is how you do this thing that you're probably doing all of the time, or that you're getting stuck on, or that you need a little more guidance for?
I love it. I am opening all of my tabs.
Awesome.
Okay, so what I think I'm going to do. Okay, almost there. I got 3 tabs open, now in 4. And here we go. Okay. Now find the share screen button. Here we go. Okay.
And the share screen button tends to hide.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do, I think. And this is on the fly, so we'll see how it goes. One of the things that I have loved to do recently is adding people as emojis in Slack. So I think I'm going to attempt to do that live on the fly as a map. So let's see how it goes. So I've already made a few maps, so I'll go to my maps test folder and create a new card. We'll name it emojis in Slack. Wow,
You can create emojis in Slack. I love it.
and we're gonna make a new map. Gonna go here. See how this goes. So we're gonna try to make Ashley as an emoji in Slack. Now I am going to save her image. I don't know if this is going to pop up like that. We're learning on the fly. I have saved her image and downloaded it. And now add emoji, upload image.
Love it.
Save. And now I should have an Ashley emoji. Boom. There you go.
Emoji.
And now she's an emoji in Slack. Save.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Permanently affixed emoji. Oh, wrong place.
My brain is like, how many of us need emojis?
The
How many
heck
we
is
need
going
extra
on?
emojis for different reactions now?
You see that, Matt? I don't know what is going on. What is created? Can I name it?
It's not letting you type.
Whenever,
There it is.
whenever I type, it defaults
have
to
to.
moving over to the Slack type.
No, you have to unshare and reshare. It's gonna be, and then that will be there.
Okay, so let's stop share.
Reshare. That work?
Reshare.
I just have a million tabs.
So
Get
Slack
rid of
is
your Slack. Get rid of your
go
Slack.
to google.com and then just open up the sidebar. Slack is like forcibly taking over the.
Yeah. I don't
Just
want to
get rid of
lose the
Slack.
map.
You're not going to lose the map.
Just get rid of
Okay.
Slack. Yeah.
All right.
Now go back to the card. Go back to Super. Anywhere
Sorry.
Super is.
Matt, I'll guide. Top right, Sean, can you open the Super extension?
Yeah.
If you just click on the Super icon in your extension list, it'll. You might have to hit that little puzzle and then click Super.
There it is. Okay, so it's gone.
It should not.
We're learning on the fly.
It shouldn't be gone. Sorry. I'm not
It's
sure.
all
what
good.
happened.
It's all good. We're all learning together, right? If I go back to Slack,
Team development.
will it come back?
Thank you, Sean, for finding those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
The answer is no. So you have to redo everything. And so what's great is now you can make a Deanna emoji this time. Or
Okay, let's do it. Who else we got in here? Just picture I can click on quickly.
there we go.
Let's
Okay.
be LJ.
Here she is.
Oh,
The emoji.
With a much longer hair.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like 18 inches too. Oof. It's a lot of hair loss.
To save image.
Give it a name. Love this. So if you didn't catch it the first time, I expect all of you that you're making Slack emojis right now.
We're gonna do this instead. We're gonna make Kyle Jepsen an emoji. There. And now Jepsen is an emoji. There we go. Stop. Okay. So let me stop sharing and see if we can have Slack stop taking over my
There you go.
typing. If I go to like settings or something, it'll work.
And Joe, for clarification, yes, as long as you're using the Chrome extension, you can make a map of any website on the browser. You
There
are.
we go. Okay. Okay. I'll fix now. All right. So we're gonna do a test map or Slack emoji. Great. Okay, now it's created. Back to cards. Reload this. Slack emoji.
Oh, Chris, or I'm sorry, Chad says the map has to be made on data inside the browser, not other computer applications. Correct. That is correct. Chrome based.
Or Edge. Microsoft Edge as well.
Edge. There's no place like Chrome. Yes.
Okay, so I got my
Look at that.
got my map, and then I can no access, export to PDF, and then I would share on LinkedIn from there. I would
If you-
refine the text a little bit, but
Yeah, if you share, if you create the link with no access, then you just wouldn't want to share the link itself because it wouldn't be shareable.
yeah, no, I would. Oh, wrong one. Everyone can view. Perfect. Welcome to my tutorial on how to create emojis of all your friends and surprise them on Slack.
If you don't have at least 10, what are you doing with your life in Slack?
I have a lot of emojis of my coworkers in Slack.
That's fun. Can't wait to see all the ones that just pop up in our Slack now that everyone knows how
There
to
you
do
go.
it.
Happy to have taught something someone new.
Very cool. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. And thanks
Thank
for
you, Sean.
finding those parts and pieces that, take a little more focus on. All right.
Hey, what Deanna, just as we're having this, I'm gonna move it as rather than make another map, then we'll just talk about the vision of where we're thinking about. I'm gonna talk about the vision where we're going, and then I think we can cut it early. I think this is a good. People are seeing what maps was possible of and where it's going to help. I think it's important to know, hey, this came out this last week, or this week it came out. And next week is going to be even better. It's just going to get better and better. And what use cases this allows. So I'm going to start with that. Number one, use cases where you can now publicly share cards, not just maps. You can publicly share cards. This means you can, as a salesperson, if you had one of these documents, you can use this as a publicly shared resource to give a battle card directly to someone, even a prospect that you can give it to. You can use this for sales enablement now. So sales can use the map tool to say, hey, here's how to do this thing you're asking me, send it to someone, or they could send them personalized Loom videos in this. You can use this as its own place to send. Like, it's a pretty profound change, the ability to just share publicly. And not to mention adding maps. Number two, maps. Why did we do maps first? We have been talking about creating journeys. Journeys is coming. Journeys is an LMS that you'll be able to give to anyone on any URL. Maps is the ability to learn while you're doing. So you can add a map to an LMS, have people go through it and validate exercises. One of the things that we're moving towards and we're very excited about thinking through and implementing is the ability to add in-app guidance via the map. So right now it's a picture where it's clicking. The intent is we're going to try putting on in-app guidance where we'll just tell you, hey, click here, click here, click here, and you will actually follow along. So the map is not just a picture, it's also in-app guidance of what you're doing. So like when you think about it, it's inith. That's where we're going. Exactly. To highlight the CSS selector. Like it's that's where we're going. Like you can do the container on the HTML that push it there. We are coming out very new with the ability to edit these maps. So it just makes like, if you're thinking, I wish it did this, we're probably already thinking about it and it's probably already there, but please send it to us so we can have it. Is there a way to get a card to trigger on CSS selector instead of just text? The answer is yes. We're just thinking about doing that very carefully. I know, Steve, do you have any opinion? I mean, we're going to be very careful about this, but I think the answer is yes. And we're going to be careful. Is that correct, Steve?
Cards, no. For maps, that's what you're talking about maps right now. For cards, that's not currently in the plans.
No. Yeah. Think of a card is the ability to embed information anywhere anywhere. The ability to embed a card. Maps will be a guided experience in a URL. Does that make sense, Chad?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So when you think about the LMS experience, is we're going to have that's where the LMS experience is. Hey, I'm going to validate you've gone through this and you've clicked these buttons and you've produced this thing. The LMS experience was the journeys is going to be you have validation exercises. You have the ability to have quizzes. You have submission points where you need to do it. You'll be, given essentially tasks that you have to orchestrate, and maps is just a portion of that. That's why we did it first, because it's independently valuable. However, you need it in order to do a journey well often. So just where we're going and what we're doing now.
Love it.
Steve, anything I missed that you think is important to cover?
I think you got it.
Roger that. I will go as open up to any questions you have for Steve or I or the super team as we're sitting here. And then from there, Sean, you said you had a question. We can link it up afterwards.
Perfect. Anyone want to come up? Anyone have any additional questions?
Not about
I have a
maps, yeah, but
Go ahead.
about the card and CSS selectors, if it's fine to ask,
Yeah,
even though it's
anything.
kind of like slightly off topic. So like I find that I often embed cards in places I don't want them. Because like in our partner accounts, they are on like the partner starter tier, right? And so I don't have the ability to restrict it to certain URLs. So that's why I was curious if CSS selector would ever be an option for card embeds, so I could choose exactly where I want it rather than matching text all throughout HubSpot that might not be specifically where I would want that card to go.
My initial reaction, and see if you came off, so I'll let you go first.
Yeah. So thanks for the question, Chad. So heard on that issue. So that's something we are aware of that, and we've thought about that. I think we will have to have a solution to that at some point, but it will not be CSS selectors because they're not maintainable over time. And even in HubSpot, like for me myself, having done things with CSS selectors in there, they just break because they make changes.
They change them.
A lot of things are auto-generated from systems. They're not humans typing things, so they can change just because the build system has determined that it's now going to be something different.
Okay.
And so I really don't recommend doing that for the triggers, and that will be part of, like, we do need to have a solution for that. I don't know what it will look like right now, but like that is something that we will have to solve in the future.
Okay.
Great question.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
The other portion is, Chad, they can upgrade and get URLs. That's the other way of thinking about it. I would love
Sure.
to
Yeah. I guess how does that work when you're a partner, right? So like you're giving them their free however many seats, then they have to pay per user to get the ability to lock things down per URL.
Correct. Yeah, they can pay. Yeah, and there is if you are a super partner, then there is referral fees, and we can help you. We actually help you do those sales. So if you have something like that, just chat with the PSM, and they will help facilitate those.
Okay, thank you.
There's
A great point.
okay. Any other questions? Anything about super? Anything? That was a good one.
Yeah, remember we take your suggestions to heart because we're building for you. So now's the time. You've got the Wizard of Oz and the wizard here. So take advantage of it, guys. Awesome. I have a random question while people are thinking of their questions. Matt, if you could build a map of anything, what would you build a map about?
I've already given the team what I want everybody to build maps about, and it is everything that you have to do inside Super will have a map. How to create a card, how to create a map, how to create a trigger, how to share, how to export on LinkedIn. So the vision is we'll even have an LMS, right? When we build it, is you will, like, when a new user comes in, you will be given how to use Super via Super and maps, and it will make a lot of sense because everything will be made. So like a lot of these learning, like you're part of this first, the first frontier, but it will make so much sense soon. And you'll start to see, I'm going to take this to the next, you'll start to see is Super is built for a HubSpot centric CRM, period. I am having people from ClickUp people from Monday.com implementers. Like, I think you see this. This is not HubSpot only. Although partners, we have like the ability to do copy resources and schemas. I mean, this is any platform, anywhere. If you're a service company, this helps you deliver IP. It is the last mile. This is the protection against AI for your business. Take your expertise, put it into a package, deliver it, customize that deliverability, and leave it behind. I mean, this is your defense as a service companies, and that's what we're building. And hopefully, you're starting to see that is how do I take my intellectual property? How do I create an operating system that I can deliver to my clients? And for your clients, they need this too, because they have to solve all these same things. And now who do they go to? They go to you. And now you're servicing Supered, because I just want to like last this. I know I'm good because they don't adopt technology. I love adoption. But you don't adopt a piece of technology. You adopt a process that exists in a piece of technology that often exists cross-platform. And there is nothing that takes you cross-platform except Supered. I think HubSpot's easier to adopt, and that's why I talk about it a lot. But it's actually the processes. And so you'll see us, we're going to get really stinking good at helping people adopt processes and giving you the tools to help facilitate that.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love
So
it.
in the situation with maps, like let's say we're heading the direction of starting in HubSpot that takes me to another app, the map, like let's say you guys start to the walkthrough part of it rather than just the images. Is there a world where it may be possible to like say it's going to tell them that there's a new tab that was opened and to click on a new tab and to go into this other external piece of software to enforce or help them follow that process from tab to tab or from system to system?
I can say, yes, that's the intent.
Mhm.
I think
Cross-platform.
it does a lot of that already, just to be very
Mhm.
clear about that. So if you're, let's say you switch tabs, it'll tell you,
Mhm.
hey, switch to this tab and or click this button and it'll open up.
Mhm.
Or if you, as you navigate around, it will tell you all those things, like different systems that you go through and whatnot. So it will get better at that as we're doing it, but that is something that we're already capturing and displaying as part of maps.
Yeah. Say differently, Chad. I think you're hearing the question. It is, we are fundamentally bridging platforms. And so like
Right.
as part of the vision is, so let's take one step further. And like we are doing what we have gone, like we're allowing you to consolidate as service companies or as internal, we're allowing you to consolidate your stack, and we now give you a operating system, right?
Mhm.
And one of those things is process rules, right? And so you
Right.
don't have this. So now they exist in HubSpot. And let's
Mhm.
just dream, because this is part of the dream. So here it is. What happens is those process rules can validate against another system.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Right? So think HubSpot and Salesforce.
Right.
Think HubSpot and SalesLoft. Think HubSpot and Outreach, or like different platforms. If like this is here, does this thing happening over here? Because often the processes are never in just one system. Apollo, HubSpot, like so you think vision. I'm not saying how quickly we're getting there, but that is how we're thinking about the world.
Mhm.
At any given time, and anything we make is within that scope. Cross-platform, process, enforcement, and adoption. Joe, you look like
obviously
you're about to say something. I'm so excited. I haven't
am.
talked to Joe in forever.
I know. We do have a meeting coming up today. So it sounds like everything is based on Chrome cookies or Chrome data sets. Is there any intent to create a like third-party application for Supered and pull it out of Chrome and into the desktop itself so that you can go from one application to the other without the requirement of it being on a cloud system or on Chrome? Or are you just staying Chrome based? That's the focus. We're going to keep pounding away with that.
Good question.
It's a big question. I can say what there's vision today, and I think that here's what I like to think about things in terms of your total addressable market, where you're going. There is a huge, like we don't want to bifurcate our go-to-market and speaking different ways. And so it's not we're against that. We're not thinking about that. It is, we need to go to market violently. I use the word violent. You go to market tenaciously in one direction. The desktop instructions are often reflecting enterprise. You start to get enterprise. And so it changes who you're selling to. It changes what you're going to market for. Our primary customers are partners. And so we help partners answer questions. And if partners aren't asking for that, we're not going to do it soon. So for the most part, we've not encountered something where it's like, we can't use Supered in this way, because we support Microsoft Edge, we support essentially Arc, and we support Chrome, and there's very little users that sit outside that today. And even if there were, like the market is so large, it doesn't make sense for us to divert. Right.
Makes sense. Yeah, I'm just thinking like the massive enterprises that have on-prem servers and all these crazy security protocols and whatnot. Like that is a set of people that have the most difficult time adopting new processes.
Yeah, mostly because their processes are bad. Yes, agreed.
True.
Yeah, I just like, there's a chicken and egg here, and I was just like, yes, you're right, and like there's some premises built within, and sometimes you have to enterprise. They deliberately have bad processes for another good, and we're not reconstructing the entire part. Like when there's there's millions of other people we could go for.
Makes sense.
Awesome. Good question.
Steve, to answer that correctly, because Steve may have opinion. So period. WalkMe. Who's a competitor we've run into? WalkMe. They have on-prem. They do this. Whatfix. These are really expensive. That platform-based. You know who runs them? IT, and they're so difficult to configure. So who we sell? We sell to revenue teams to manage revenue processes. We do not sell to IT teams to micromanage your employees. There's actually different use cases because they track clicks. Like, are they actually doing their jobs? And we don't solve for that, nor do we actually think that's a good use case to solve for.
Very good point. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions for these gentlemen? If not, I know Matt said we could end early. I will stay on for the next few minutes after that. If anyone wants to hop off, if you need any help with maps, or if you have an idea and you want to talk through it a little bit, I am happy to do that for the next 10, 15 minutes. Any other questions from the team here? Love it. I expect to see maps from all of you. I will reach out. If I don't see a map posted on LinkedIn, you'll hear from me multiple times. Promise, not a threat. Yes, a little homework, Chad. A little homework.
I was never
That's
very good at homework.
But the result is a possible chance to inbound and some really cool prizes. Who doesn't want that? I mean, that's homework worth doing. Right, exactly. I see the head nod. I see the head nod. Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being brave and hopping up. Very good stuff, Lauren and John. Very, very good things.